Hello everyone, this is Keshu Anvalti speaking.
This is Akshita Joshi. This is Sandra Sister.
And today we're here doing a fun interview slash podcast with our dear school counselor. She is our school counselor and she helps many students deal with various troubles they're dealing with, maybe mental, maybe study problems. And today we're doing this podcast and interview for the sake of our community project. It is called Mind Matters, and in this community project, we are making sure that people in this school specifically who are dealing with mental health problems are aware that there is a safe space for everybody, and that if they ever need to talk to someone, that we can make sure that we make a safe environment for everybody. And we would like to thank first of all our school counselor for giving her precious time to us. And would you like to say a few words or introduce yourself?
My name is Ujina, and I'm a school counselor, and I really wanted to thank every one of you for having me here.
We appreciate it too. I think we should get started with our questions. Right,
Okay, so my first question for you is, as we know that a lot of students in our school are maybe be dealing with stress or anxiety due to many various reasons, what do you think are some effective coping strategies for managing stress or anxiety?
Okay, it's not about we need like this. These are the things that we need to do because coping strategies differ from person to person. But in a normal way, if someone is feeling very stressed, they need to be with the people they like, and the most easiest technique will be deep breathing. That would really help in whenever the person would be in stress.
Thank you for your answer. So my next question for you is, how does therapy work, and what can people expect when they're seeking? It's their first time seeking for help and getting therapy by a counselor or therapist like you.
Okay, so it like I already said, we have a different techniques for therapy, and personally, I use a therapy that might be helpful to that particular students. And what we really expect from a therapy is that whenever someone is feeling overwhelmed or stressed in a normal way, even by sharing their things with me or with a therapist, that would really make feel them lighten, and it would be easy for them to deal with the daily activities.
Oh, okay, so as we know that like there are many ways that can help with improving mental health, how do you think meditation can help in improving mental health and well-being?
Uh, I don't I don't know. I might be wrong, but personally, I feel like meditation is not going to help all the people that might be suffering from mental health problem. Because personally, I feel like if someone is having an anxiety and if they try to have a meditation, that might increase their anxious level more. So it depends upon person to person. Like I said, how they are going to take that meditation while suffering from, if they have any mental suffering.
So, people have different perspectives on mental health, and they may also have a misconception about it. So, what are some misconceptions about mental health that you often encounter?
That the people are doing acting that they are not well, and only a weak people would be suffering from a mental health, and we will go for one therapy session, and the next moment they would be fine. They would not such thing called a mental health problem. These are the most often thing that I have been facing in this field.
Thank you for your answers. Now, I'd like to call my friend to answer.
So, how can you tell if your mind needs a break?
My need of break. This is a very vague question for me personally, but when there would be a disturbance in a sleeping pattern, and or like when you like to do something, but now you don't want to do that things particularly, and you feel overwhelmed in a small things, or you just break down without any reason, even the things would be smaller, then I think that would the mind will tell us that we need a break.
Then what are some tips to stay calm? Everything feels like falling apart. It's like falling apart.
Like what we need to do when things are falling apart.
Yeah,
First and foremost, we really need to know what are those things that's really making us feel like this way. Second, there would always be support you will be getting from your friends, family. Go where the supports are, and if you know that there are certain coping strategy you have, you can try that too. And for and foremost, there would always be a therapist around you. Just don't hesitate to take a help if you really need it.
So what are some signs that you are stressed out?
It's like you want you won't feel hungry or you want to eat a lot, and you want to sleep a lot or you don't want to sleep at all. You feel angry and irritated on a small things. That would be the main problem that most of the people would be facing when they are stressed out.
Uh, So like how does stress affect your mental health?
Of course, stress will affect your mental health, not only mentally but physically too. But mentally, when we talk about if we are stressed out, we would we won't be able to do our activities, daily activities in a day-to-day life if the stress level would be very high, and we don't want to talk with other people, we don't want to eat, and that would weaken our immune system physically and mentally. It would like you feel overwhelmed in a small things which what make you feel more sad.
Thank you for your useful information, Marita.
So, of course, you are the school counselor,
Okay.
and then I think you're actually a brilliant person because your job is literally to help others and make sure that others feel safe. Did you choose this life as in like did you want to be a person that wants to help others? And then do you feel like, as a person who help others, do you get enough respect or not in any sense? Like
Mm, for sure, I love my job. It's not about that in this profession because I want to respect from others. It's all about how I build a rapport with my students and how they become better after they would come per session. So I really don't think it's a respect, it's a bonding that really matters to with my students.
that's brilliant here. And another question is, I have a lot of friends. Of course, some people might close to you will always suffer from mental health problems, but then some people hide the fact that they do suffer from mental health problems.
Yes.
If I do, I might be hiding it right now. I might not show it. If I'm angry at something, I might control my anger. But do you think this is a good practice or a bad practice?
For a time being, we can control like this way, but after certain time, that would start affecting your mental health more. Like then you stop talking with people, or like you will talk more than needed. So everything has a reciprocal on that thing. So I don't think that would be a good idea to like hiding your feelings, because once it will be piled up, we don't know when how it's going to break out, and it would and the student would suffer more if it would be in the stage where it would be burst out.
Of course, you've dealt with many students in your lifetime. Some students come to you, some don't. But you sometimes you might see that some people do, but they don't. What are some common signs that people need to seek mental help and support from a person like you?
Like what are the
Like common signs that a person needs to
common signs? Personally, if I have to check to my students, I observe them a lot, like because I know how they are before and after. So most of the time I observe them, and if I really feel like they are quiet, they are not bonding with their friends, they are not playing properly, or like their behavior patterns are changes, that would be the common sign for me to know that I need to call them for the session.
So my last question is a bit of a risky one. You know how people all around the world, different types of people can deal with mental health problems, and to seek for a therapist, it's not easy. You just can't be there. You need some kind of sort of money. And why do you think? Do you support the fact that mental health supposed to be free or not? Of course, of like a therapist.
I don't think so, because as a therapist, I also have to work a lot to deal with any students or any clients. So if it would be free, then maybe I would say that at times we need to, but if we do it in a free, then what I am getting in return, or like, of course, we are a human being and we all are working. So I don't think that it should be free, but at least we can, for the student, we can minimize our cost. That can be happen, but I don't think it would be like all the time free. I don't think it will be in a practical way.
That's brilliant, dear. I think we have come to the end of our podcast. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, Ujina ma'am. Dear some respects. And we would like to tell everyone that if there is a person near you who is suffering from mental health problems, make sure that you, as a person, can be there for them, and you make sure that they can speak out to anyone. And Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.